Okay, I guess we're here. We're coming out of executive session, and what we came out with, we're going to make the municipal judge a part-time job, and today's of the week, I believe it will be flexible. 2 days a week.
We're here.
Okay. I guess we need to have a motion so we can have this document in open meeting. What we done. So I need a motion and a second.
I make a motion that we have set some rules for the city judge that it'll be 2 days a week. That any problems will come to the full council and to work with department heads and just do the city judge job only. Yeah.
I second.
Motion has been made and second. All in favor? Alderman Ruben Weiss.
Aye.
Alderman Shannon Wojcik. Alderman Deborah Middleton. Alderman Kendra Sellers.
Aye.
And Alderman Cindy Durham. Are there any more discussions? If they're not, a motion passed. Next on the agenda is the workshop. I guess we can just go with Calvin's workshop of budget.
Did you all get the new proposed budget worksheets I sent late this afternoon?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You know, the stuff like
Yeah, that's what I can drive, but I missed one. I didn't miss it, you got it. I didn't add it over the top. Yes, that's what I didn't get it over in the totals. Totals were terrible. I'll just be honest with you.
that's what. Calvin, we haven't been able to, crunch any numbers because we didn't have everybody's. And so you made the comment to us when we went through yours that if there was any kind of raise to go ahead and give it to Tammy.
Yeah.
Is that okay? And then do you have your bottom figure so we can just make sure we're showing it? It's 95,500.
The bottom?
Bottom
Well,
total.
after we went over it with you the other
You
day.
made those
Oh, y'all
changes.
never give me a number.
Okay,
Okay.
and let me, I got this.
But I'm good with it.
Well, we made some notes and you had some down here on the fuel adjustments. I mean, Cindy, I'm looking at what we have here, the salaries are.
Well, now that, what I put in there, that's what I was gonna tell you. That is, let me look.
I mean, it's.
Yeah, cause, Calvin gave us a different one
Yes.
than what, Dan had emailed, okay.
Mhm.
So that's the one I put on. Okay, that 50,000 is the current salary. Is that what you're
Well,
asking?
current is 54. Am I right?
No,
No,
that's
I
what
had 50.
he's requesting.
No, he's
request is showing
Yes,
62.
requested 54.
Yeah, 62,650 is what he's requested. The
Oh, you're
current
right,
budget is
current budget's
54.
54.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, I guess I missed that. I did that wrong.
But we also, we're increasing Tammy to full-time, right?
Yes,
She was full-time, they just moved it from
Right.
Renee.
from Renee's to here.
Right.
Okay, so, all right, when I put 54 in there, or do you want me to put 62,650?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and, when you take her salary now, which was 30,150,
Yes.
and you times that times 3%, a 3% raise, because otherwise she's gonna get a $8,650.
30, I have 30,150 for some reason. Is
That's
that
what
right?
it is right now.
Okay. And 3%,
Uh-huh.
it would make it 31,054, so like $900. So if you wanted to just round it up or whatever. 3,150 times.
You know what,
30%.
Cindy, you're right. I mean, 54, if we had 54 and Calvin's is
I'm-
32.5,
See, I missed it, yeah.
you're right, the 62,650 is the
See, that's what
30,000.
I'm.
Do you know what she makes an hour?
I think it's $15.
See, I missed it by putting the 62. Okay, let me put that 62,650 in here.
Let's go ahead and while he's here, let's do this. Let's do
Okay,
let's do $15 an hour times 40
that's 600.
times 52 weeks.
31,200.
That's more than what we're showing, because yours is 32.5, correct?
That's my understanding, yes.
That's what Dan told me.
Because you're right, Cindy, if we use the 32.5 and the 30,150, that's the 62,650.
Yeah, if you add that too, that would be 63,700. With the raise. The 31,200 plus 32,500. is
And y'all seen
63.
those, the other two secretaries on that little
Mhm.
worksheet that Charles asked me to do, how much
Mhm.
they're getting. I mean, part-time's just getting, is getting 1563. I don't know that I agree with that.
Who's getting, I don't-
The police department, the Vivian Aranda, it's the paper that I had,
okay, 19,500.
yes. I mean, that's $15.63 an hour.
Yeah, but she don't work a full 40 hours.
Right, but when you look at hourly rate,
Oh, okay, I see
she's
what you're
making
saying.
more than.
We need to raise the hourly rate of Tammy, is what you're saying. Instead of just raising it 3%. Is that
I
what you're saying?
guess what I'm worried about is like we found out with the police department. We set a budget of 54,000, but then what is truly being paid? Because now we're finding out that, you know, at the top of these, we set a rate for each of them, but you look down where Dan shows in the computer and
Don't
they're
match
made-
up with our
right.
budget. But when you look at that, year-to-date total,
Yes, we're under.
we're way under. So maybe it depends on what day you put that in, when he prints that report. You know, where we might be calling it 10 months, it might be closer to 11 months. You see what I'm saying?
I do. I mean, I just took what we had set as their rates, because we did make notes of what each of them were making, except the last two, because we didn't hire them and we didn't set
Okay,
their rate.
when you take 43,130 divided by 10, which it's gonna be about 45 to 50 days, so there could be a pay period. Did they get paid Friday? Yes, Friday.
Yes.
So it could be a little bit off, but 10 months
Except
times,
that what he sent, well, yeah.
times 12 is just 51,756
For
for everybody. If Dan might pull that up, if we have a better idea.
Dan, can you tell us what am I asking for,
The total payroll for the,
for team?
no, well, both of them, or he could just, if he could just pull up the salaries for the municipal court.
Can you pull up the salaries from municipal court?
As of current,
Okay,
You want to know what they've earned through today?
please.
Because if that's the question, that would be on the proposed budget worksheet that I sent you this afternoon. The year to date is as of today.
Okay. All right.
So year-to-date actual is $45,091. That's through the last payroll we just had.
so how many? Just two?
But you know, part of part of Tammy's salary is probably still reflected in Renee's because I haven't split it out yet. So give me just a moment and let me get you from a different source what their total is, okay?
$45,091.
So you were paying 2/3 of her salary and she was just paying 3/5.
What was the chief said the salary was gonna be for the administrative clerk? Was it 20,000?
No,
19,150.
It was pretty close. Is she gonna work, is she gonna be full-time?
no. She works whatever, 3 days a week.
So see, she makes, she probably, because I did it. She probably works 24. She works 3 days.
Public Works, 24 hours. I mean, yeah, 24 hours. What'd you say it was?
We take 19,500 divided by 24 hours. Hours times 52 weeks.
No, that's 42.
Not times, divided by 50.
Okay, 19.5. Let's just do 24 hours times 52 weeks. That's 1,248 hours. Times 15 what?
1563, but I don't think that's why I was trying to find out.
That's $19,506.
So it is $15.63.
All right, so it's kind of difficult to tell exactly, but their annual salary presently combined is $50,971.96. That's what they both earn full-time right now, annual.
Say that again, 50,009.
$971.96.
And Dan, there's 2 more pay cycles in this budget.
Let me see, there will be 3, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, one more in this month and 2.
So 3, so we need to divide this by. If there's 26 payrolls, it would be divided by 23. We need that, but that's still not gonna give us her hourly wage, putting them all
No.
together.
No,
I'm pretty sure there's.
just straight 15. Dan can probably.
Do you know, Dan, what her Tammy's hourly wage is?
Yeah, I get that for you. She makes $14 an hour.
So she's making 29, 120. That's what.
That changes. Well, if we bump her up $1 or match that, what is that, 1563? 1563, so, if we bump her up from $40 times $1.63 times 52. Oh, let's see if I did that right. That's like $33.90. $1.63 times 40 hours per week times 52 weeks. It's $3,390.40, which would make her annual salary $32,510.
And that is at $15
And 63 cents per
hour, 40 hours.
40 hour week, 52 weeks. 32,510.
Okay.
So, 32,510.40, and 32,500. So if I plug in $65,000, okay. So Calvin's budget with that new wage is $110,510.
It's 1563 for 40 hours. 625.
1563 times 40 hours times 52 weeks in the year. 32,510.40.
So we're, if, like you said, instead of the 50,000, you're plugging in 65,510.
No,
It's just
$65,510.
$65. So I think you just do 65. and-
Yeah, we can just do 65.
Okay. And everything else here is correct.
So let me tell you what the amounts are now. $110,500.
Calvin, we'll have, until we can complete everybody's, but that's what we'll look at. We just can't guarantee anything. Okay, on the pay increase for me.
Yeah, I mean, it is
And that-
what it is, and I won't say nothing until you send me the budget.
Right, okay.
Um,
Because if it is a payroll, now Cindy, the workers' comp, and I mean, the social
All
security and all
that's
that's
gonna-
gonna go up.
gonna go up, so we find
I mean, is it gonna matter? I mean, y'all know more about that payroll than I do. I mean, is it-
7.65%. Okay, let me show you.
Give my answer.
So it's another.
Yeah, so it's just, they pay one part and we pay the other. Okay, so 65,000 times 7.65%, 49.72, 5,000 more.
It will.
And
Okay.
65,000 times 10.68 or 8 is 7,020, which we've got 67. So let's put 7,000 in the retirement contribution.
7 even?
Yeah, it's just $20. Oh, that makes it 110,800. me find that. Okay.
Mhm.
Everybody good with that? We'll kind of get all the numbers crunched and see what we can do on raises.
Now, we didn't have,
Can I still work my community service the other days of the week? Or do I have to maintain that 2 days in there for community service as well?
You know, that's outside the office.
That's what I'm saying,
I
yeah.
mean, that's, you know, we're just, you know,
Okay, just in the building.
right,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Y'all have a good
Thank you.
you too, thanks.
Good night.
night.
Okay, so this one. Charles, who are we, did you ask them all to come in or what?
Yes, yes, Renee is outside. She's ready to come in. Renee is next. I'll call her.
She's a killer.
She's outside.
We can go get her.
Get her. You know, we've got to do our income, that's why.
No, that's what I was.
You come on in. All right.
How much work.
And I'm gonna get that from Dan's new thing
Mhm.
that he sent me today. I'm gonna see what he's got as far as income on.
Mhm.
Go over something
Dan, do we just like 1 or 2 months of sales tax? What day does the sales tax come in?
We just got sales tax for this month. We'll be getting it again in September. What we got today was through July. As far as, well, we got through July today from property taxes, and we got through August 15th on sales tax. Next month, we'll get it through September 14th, something like that.
And that's of this workshop you sent today. That's current as you.
Yeah, that's everything through today. I just pulled that report this afternoon.
Well, okay, so like if sales tax comes in October, but it's for September, does that get applied to that budget year, or do we just kind of
Yeah,
carry it over?
it'll be applied to the budget year. We have an over period of 3 months where we post things back and forth across.
I've got it. I didn't know if you looked at the one I had got. Do you know how much we got today on the sales tax revenue for August, which was for July?
Yeah, sales tax today was 29,000. We kept 1% of it. The other $13,000 or $14,000 was split between street maintenance and the economic development.
Was it 29,000 even?
29,000 comes in, but the city only keeps half of it.
Right. But do you know the exact figure?
Yeah. 14,805.07 is what the city kept.
14,807.
805.
507, okay.
So when you do the 135, 675, divided by 10 times 12 is 162,822.
162,
822.
822.
And I'm just gonna use the current taxes that he is the 674, 725, and, you know, that's up quite a bit. We only- Yeah, we only did 660,000 budget, and the actual the year before was nearly 100,000
Yeah,
less. So,
yeah, because we're.
the other things aren't, you know, we can't really go by. The franchise tax looks good. We're at 112.
I mean, do y'all think we can go ahead and, well, I'll wait, we're nice, sorry. I was trying to figure out something.
Now, it's a sanitation
Are we doing?
that we don't really include because it more than covers. Refresh my, oh, yeah.
Well, really, the whole water department, water and sewer doesn't come in. It's its own entity, correct, Renee?
Yes, ma'am.
And then, but we use, yeah, I knew when I first got on, they would have to borrow money from her department
Good other thing.
to try to make us. So we've got, the cup station, which, and then the cup system, wastewater. We have the water sewer, and then sanitation, and parks. Hey, there was something today that you were wanting to share with us, is that right, about was there something you were wanting to talk to us about or not?
Well, yes, we discussed a little bit about, some extra money in the building fund. And, I had really kind of thought about building some storage units and letting us do it ourselves. But I think it would just take too much time. I mean, we've already got one project that we need to finish. So I would actually like that building fund for the water department to be around 15,000. I want to build a 3-part storage unit there beside the shop to house park equipment. Right now, we have it scattered in different places that we can lock up. And I'd like to have it all in one location. And a place to store sewer chemicals, enzymes, the insecticides that we spray. We have to now. We have to keep it from freezing, getting too hot. And so when we have equipment in the shop, we have to take the equipment out to back the truck up. And it's just kind of a process. And if we had it in our storage unit, we could just back the truck into it, fill it up, and go on. And then I wanted a place to put, well, we need, if we tear down that other building, we'll have to have a place to put our chlorine tabs for our water system. And I had it drawn out, and I didn't bring it in, but it's going to be professional. We'll do the plumbing. we'll set up the forms, do the plumbing and all that. But for electrical and the actual concrete and building it, you know, I think that we'd be better off if I got a professional.
So you're saying on your water sewer department?
Yes,
We are showing under 415 building repairs right now at 10,000. You would want to increase that to 25,000?
yes, ma'am.
See, I just showed 1,000.
What line number?
415.
I got 10,000. Is that the one? You want to increase it to what?
Another 15,000.
25,000.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I just left off a 0. Okay,
So,
it's just a 0.
yeah,
It's just a zero.
so if we plug that in, Cindy, it's 415, this is the one that you just printed out for us. It goes from 10 to 25,000, and I'm gonna make a note that it's gonna be the building of a new, and I'm gonna put chemical storage.
Okay, so that makes that total at 627. 250.
Cindy, you're taking the,
It's got the full salaries in there. $225.
Renee, those,
sir.
that storage building, is it gonna be, basically stocking items for leaks and things of that nature, or is it, what I'm coming from, is there any way we could charge it to that account we got for leaks and?
Well,
Most of the parts you
actually, Mayor, it's not, it's gonna be storage for, like Christmas decorations. One side of it's gonna be Christmas decorations, parts, you know, like pipe and fittings and the equipment, like the weed eaters and lawnmowers and such that the parts department use all the time. Right now, we have it scattered out. We have a locking closet at the swimming pool, and we have one at the ballpark. And so the guys have their equipment in 2 different areas, and I'd like to get it centralized in the yard so that it's more protected. This storage unit will look like one unit on the outside, but it'll actually be separated into 3 units.
Yeah, right. I was just trying to figure out a way how you could use some of the money in that account we use to fix and repair leaks.
Account 407.
Yeah.
Okay, but on the water department, salaries. See, I'm getting this one.
so the water department, the water sewer, you have 77,000, that includes Manuel Martinez at 45,760. And then Angel Triana at 31,200, right?
Yes.
That's
But I thought that is the waste one.
That is the wastewater.
Oh, I have it as, oh yeah, wastewater.
See, that's what was confusing, me, splitting those two. Okay,
No,
So am I looking?
so I think I put the wrong figure in the wrong place. Okay, the one that has the 225 is for the water, and I'm off sewer.
I see what you're saying. But I was looking
And
at water.
it's 225,000.
you have too many counts.
Okay. All right, so that consists of 10,000 for part-time, 42,598 for Joe Bueno, 72,731 for Renee, and we're short 2 full-time employees at 31,200.
We had Larry and Johnny under parks, is that what we call that sector?
Yes,
Oh, it's Marco Avalos and Michael Ford.
Yes.
Those are the part-time.
but that ain't quite 225, so
Well, I actually had figured in,
a raise.
no, I'd actually figured in another employee.
Oh,
I have Joe, Renee, and 3 blanks is what I have.
I
See, I'm short 2 full-time employees right now.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
I
that's
added a
right.
third-
And that
added
one.
a third, yes.
Okay, you're right. I wrote it way over here, 45,000 new person.
So do I need to change this, because I think we were right on the 1,000
No,
No.
you're right.
on the water sewer?
Well, it says up there, but you gotta mark out that sewer.
Okay, so it's just the water department.
Okay,
So this one,
so that even makes it more, that makes it 232,000. 720. Do y'all want me to include the new person or just the 2 you're short?
okay, so are we looking at water sewer, or are we looking at water?
Well, I get it wrong up there. Take and mark that water sewer off and just go by the, oh, that's the,
Well, but the one that we, that's what,
Mhm.
it is water, it is sewer.
It needs to be,
Just sewer.
no,
No,
just water.
this is the one, just, so the wastewater is the one we're talking about.
No,
No, that's 1,000.
Okay. So is that right, though, how they have it labeled wastewater, or does it just need to be?
Yeah, well, it's not just for the sewer plant, it's for the whole wastewater budget. So it should be just wastewater.
And that's the
the
one.
big one. That's the big one with, or long one, I mean, long one.
Well, the
That's
one with the
wastewater.
very most in it is just water.
how I differentiated the two is because I put the salaries down there at the bottom. And the one that says wastewater plant, and you said no plant,
It's just wastewater.
I marked out, but no plant. And then the one that has Joe and you and all,
That's water.
I marked it out, it used to say water sewer, and I marked out sewer. Okay,
So
we
the
still don't
salaries-
have the water by itself,
Yes. Water is just by itself.
okay? So,
So that's the one we need to redo.
that's the one
salaries
that's
on.
got the 2 salaries.
No, yes,
Renee
2 plus
and
Renee and Joe.
And then
And then you want
2 others, and then hopefully a third.
to, and you're saying 3 you have.
Yes.
Oh,
So that's where you need to renew those salaries. That's way off.
I'm confused.
I'll look at these numbers too long.
It doesn't take much.
So Kimber, do you show on that one, the water, that
Mhm.
it was Renee at 72,731?
Mhm.
And then you're showing Joe at 42,598.
Mhm.
And then you have 3 at 31,200. No,
2 at 31,200.
okay.
And the third one, I'm not sure what it was.
I had wrote part-time 10,000.
That's what I had.
Okay, and then over here on this corner, I wrote 45,000 new person. But I did not include that in,
We were gonna advertise for that. for
yeah,
25,000.
yeah. Well, when you total what y'all just said, that's 187,729. Where I had put up here 225,000. And, you know, it's kind of weird because it says we've only used 247,369.
Well, this last year's budget had 1 park person and 2 sewer people, you know, in this
Yeah.
budget.
Yes, well, yeah, and we broke it out, so for some reason or another, I plugged in $225,000. And that's what I had wrote on my, up here at the top, on the one that just says water. I had put 225, what did y'all put? On
our scratch.
On our scratch.
I'd left it
I
blank.
put 225.
Okay. So I don't know where we got that, Deborah. We just grabbed it out of there.
What did you add Renee Jo?
Well, that's what I was gonna say, when I added the 10,000 part-time, the 42,598, Joe, the 72,731 Renee, and 231,200. 197,729.
Even with the 10,000.
If you don't add the 10,000 in and you add the 45,000 in,
Okay,
then that's like 225.
is that what it is?
It's 223, but
Yeah, that's probably what we did, just rounded it up. So, what y'all wanted to go with the 187 or the?
Well,
We said we were just gonna put that figure in there and then, you know,
look.
that's gonna have to be the last thing we do. That isn't even considered any raise, right? Oh, it is good. Okay.
and the 45,000 is the one that we were talking about, since Renee has told us that she is gonna retire in a year and a half, that we're gonna start, we're gonna advertise her, the one that you're suggesting, that you've shown us and everything. So we do need that in the budget for this next year, if we are gonna look at.
If we're gonna do that.
training somebody, and so, okay.
So if I add the 187,729, which is the 10,000 part-time, the 2 we're missing, Joe and Renee, plus the 45,000, that is 232,729. So what figure do y'all want me to put in there? 232, that way we'll, 232,729, we'll know where we got it.
Yes, that's what I said. I'll speak up.
Okay.
May I ask a question? Why are we feeling the need to advertise? How is this working? What does this mean?
I said that because you have suggested the man from Seminole.
Well, he came in and put an application.
Okay.
I didn't-
I'm gonna be very honest, and I'm speaking for myself only. The other council members can throw their 2 cents in. I want someone that lives here.
Would be really nice.
agree.
It would be nice.
But do you think that's possible?
That's why I put down in my remarks that we need to advertise.
Do we not have to legally advertise anyway?
I would imagine for your position, we would have to.
Everybody advertised whenever I can work.
Well,
Now,
look
can
at the
you go
changes
back
that
on
have
that?
happened since,
Do
I
what?
said, look at the changes that have happened since.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been lots of changes, trying to make things
Well,
going forward better. I
and
mean, not saying that
some,
hiring you wasn't good,
Right,
but I mean,
I understand what you're saying.
some
technically,
things, yeah, some things was done because the person wanted to do it. They didn't ask nobody. Well,
For necessity sometimes.
well, necessity, or like you say, he just was assuming, took it upon himself, you know, because nothing was ever advertised much anyway, as far as jobs or anything, you know. But by law, I think we would have to, any department here, wouldn't we?
I mean, why would her position be any different than the chief of police or for the city secretary? I mean,
Yeah.
it's
that's
a
why I
department
think
head,
Department head.
I would think that any position with the city would have to be.
That's what I thought we were bound by law that you had to
I thought you
advertise
did
by it
too.
for any, I mean, even just for,
But we didn't.
parks
right
worker.
now, The police department, we didn't do it on the, I mean, did we advertise that for the secretary we just hired?
no,
And
but
so-
I'm not sure you're bound by that for part-time. I could be wrong.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Mhm.
But I'm just, and Renee, I mean, you might have the perfect person. I don't know. But I'm just speaking from, you know, how I feel. I'm not speaking for anybody else. I'm speaking for what I think as soon as we can get the budget done, we can get, you know, is when we can crunch numbers and know what we can offer somebody. I think that's when we start advertising. We can't start advertising immediately because we don't know what we're gonna offer as payroll and all that.
Well, I'm just asking because he texted me this morning and asked me, you know, if I had any news.
Well, I know one thing, like you say, if we advertise and we get no response, then that's a whole nother ballgame.
Right.
You know, if we get, when we say you must live and, you know, and we get nobody to apply for that exact position, then we gotta go back to the drawing board.
And make some modifications.
And, yeah, I'm just like, oh, okay, you know.
But y'all speak up, if y'all, you know. if
I would
y'all-
like for them to live here,
You know, if they
You know,
lived here,
situations are
then
tough-
maybe that
tough
might,
place.
I mean, this is just off the top of my head. You know, if they lived here, that would cut back on our fuel and our travel wear and tear on a vehicle to where there might be a little bit more offer somewhere else, you know? So is what I'm thinking. I mean, and there's houses available. It's not like there is no houses available. There are houses available. And there's more and more every time I drive around.
when we're getting a lot of Seminole. We're getting several people from Seminole. That Tim's house sold to a family in Seminole.
And that, like I said, that's just my opinion.
Well, I
You
was
asked,
I
and
just,
that's why.
yeah, I just
Yeah.
wanted to understand,
Yeah.
you know, what the procedure is
Yeah.
gonna be.
Because we do need to advertise. Yes, you told us last month, you know, and that you were looking at retiring, that you would have this person, but, you know, we haven't set any kind of specifications or anything. We can't even advertise it because we don't have a salary, but we can't really tell you anything until we work there.
Okay, that's fair, that's understandable.
And it's kind of like, if you want to sell your house, and say, oh, nobody will buy my house. Don't know to put it out there.
There, it's right.
So, you know, some things will surprise you.
Renee, is there anything else that you wanted to change, kind of like on this building? Was there anything else that you could?
The only other thing that I really asked for was maintainer. I don't know how y'all feel about that. Y'all didn't really say it the last meeting, and
Is that the grader?
yes.
Okay, so,
And I didn't put anything in there on the budget for it because I, you know, wanted to ask, see what y'all's thoughts were on for.
You know, we're just way out there right now.
Give us a quote.
I didn't get a monthly, but it's a $250,000 piece of equipment, and it's on that 5-year buyback situation like tobaccos, except for it's 5 years instead of 3. I don't know exactly how much the payments would be. I think they would probably be 2,000 or so a month.
It had to be $50,000 a year if it's a 5-year. Isn't that right? 250,000 divided by 50,000 would be 5 years. And so 5,000 divided by, or 50,000 divided by
4166.
a month.
I don't know exact figures. I will have to talk to Brian.
We could say about 4,200 per month. Or 40,000, 4,000, excuse me. What'd you say, Cindy?
4166, 66, 66.
Okay. Okay, on it, right.
More like 42.
Is there anything else that, since we,
I can't think of anything else.
Now, would you split that figure up between all the departments?
I could do that, actually. Because it's gonna be used citywide and for water and for sewer. We could probably even throw some in the park.
but bottom line is it's still gonna come out of the budget. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Totals up.
okay, so Cindy, when you plug in the water department, you put the 232,729 on salaries.
I did.
And then you go down to building repairs and we changed it from 10,000 to 25,000.
That's correct.
What are the total?
634,979.
Okay. So do we want to move on to another department?
Yeah.
Parts of 3. Scroll on back there. It is doing that much all day.
What are y'all got out?
I got parks, is what I got.
Okay. Okay, so that is Larry and
Johnny.
Mary and John. To the park.
that was 32,033.
Yes.
That is 65,000.
Well, and I don't know why, but I plugged in
It probably had,
6928.
Well, it's because the parts include the pool people.
No, I went and did that second.
yeah, full separate.
Yeah, that was all they,
Sorry.
you know, last year.
I thought the same
yeah,
thing.
I don't know where,
Okay, I see.
but I can change anything.
Does everybody have 32,000 for Larry and 33 for?
So that's
I
65.
have, yeah, I just have 32,947. So should I have just 33?
Yeah.
And we need to change the salaries to 65.
Okay. I don't know where I got that 60. Oh, I know where I got it. It's right there. Requested budget. See there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Usually
Because
I
I think that because of what they requested, it probably has the full stuff in it. So that's probably.
I don't usually get things out in there. Okay,
It doesn't. It's probably a salary, raises.
that may be what it includes. You don't remember doing that? Well, let's
I
just
didn't
see.
put any raises on anybody.
That's where it'd be. It'd be at 3%. So maybe that's what.
That's pretty good. But I didn't figure,
All right, and then the only thing that I kind of have a little different on that is, for some reason or another, I put a question mark outside utilities, 406. But I wrote down $20,000. Is that what y'all did?
I actually
Yes.
have my blank for whatever
And it
reason.
says- Mine says street lights,
Okay, mine does too. 20,000
and that's under parks.
under parks.
is it in the water fund?
No parks.
So is streetlights in the water fund? See, that's where I was getting confused because
We
streetlights,
got 15,000 in
They
there.
have street.
Let's see.
and I was confused to where we were paying streetlights out of.
I have 25,000.
25,000.
Streetlights
In the water,
in the water,
Mhm.
okay?
then we're not in parks, it shouldn't be in parks,
So it shouldn't be in parks.
not streetlights.
Well, I have a question mark, streetlights, but I have 20,000. So do you want me to take that out? For utilities, how much, okay.
Wasn't it some,
Well, the only electric.
Oh, it says 20,000 in requested budget. That's where
Oh,
that
and that's
came
why.
from.
And you said you didn't know where you got that number from.
Yeah.
'Cause they've
I
only
think it
used-
is.
I don't know if I was thinking about redoing the lights on Main Street to
You
accommodate
said
Christmas
something.
decoration.
Yeah, you said something.
Because we weren't able to make it on time for the grant. I don't remember what I was thinking when I wrote that down.
Well, we've only spent $397 utilities, which I'm assuming is what we're going to. So
At the
what
pool,
figure y'all wanna put in there? 500?
Let's say 500.
Okay.
y'all are going on 406 under parks, changing it from 20,000 to 500.
Yes.
That's a pretty big difference.
When I'm marking out.
It's scary though. The bottom line is scary.
So when you plug those two in,
The total, let's see. The total, that's 172,500.
and that's not the pool stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is with the pool stuff?
Yes,
So
because,
172,
see, down there in the pool, it starts with 437. And that's 25,000 in salaries,
okay, yes,
and then on down.
okay.
So that's 172,500. I tear things up. I don't want to ever look at it again. At my house.
Okay, so now we have the pump station and the wastewater.
Yes. Well, and we also have the sanitation. We say,
Unless we have
citywide cleanup a couple of times, you know, more than what we're paying now, it probably won't change much.
The sanitation, okay, so we can leave that.
Contract services, it's got 290,000, what do we pay?
I couldn't tell you.
Let's see what he shows.
I know we pay anywhere from 21 to 24,000 a month. And that's not including the roll-off fees.
You think about 24,000?
Yeah, about.
That's
24.
288, we got 290, so that's probably.
And we empty those roll-offs at least twice a month. So, and it's about $500 each time.
Okay. The cup system and the wastewater's together. Do you see that on my report?
Oh, yeah.
But maybe not in.
So we don't really have any questions on PUF. Noise
Well,
water.
Okay, wastewater is Manuel Martinez at 45,760, and that's where Angel Trinon is at 31,200.
Angel's turning out to be an exceptionally good employee.
Okay. How long has it been? How long have you had it?
Going on 4 months.
And he lives here.
Yes.
His parents own Amigos.
The big people. He's working in the
Not the
oil
old,
field.
not the oldest, the youngest,
Oh,
the youngest.
He's 19.
oh, I
He's
guess
not
I
like
did.
Victor. Victor works in Brownfield.
That's the oldest boy,
That's the oldest.
and the dad's name is Victor. Okay. Don't confuse me too much.
I'm gonna have to take pictures of them and make a collage.
Yeah.
That is no joke, because I can't tell them apart.
Oh, you
hardly.
can't?
I know Manuel.
Now, the one's married. Not this one's married, or is this married?
Daniel's married.
Okay.
Angela's not.
Yeah, Manuel, the biggest, the oldest one.
Yeah.
They have a couple of babies.
One.
One? Okay, so we want to go to the cup and the wastewater. And like you say, the cup's 55,000. We didn't, changing to that one, I don't think.
Well, I'm certainly hoping that by this time next year, that there will be some changes to that budget.
Well, we gotta have something to go on what is
I know,
expensive.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, we don't really know what to base anything on because we don't have any experience.
It's not enough experience on it. Mhm.
I'm just gonna ask another question. I'm looking at cup system and wastewater. And when we see all the debt reserve, USDA required,
Where does all that go? Yeah.
and then after, I guess I'm missing,
Trying to find our little scratchy paper.
that's what I was.
You can't find yours
Well,
either?
I've got mine, but some of it's left off, and I guess I can't find it. Because it should be 440, to the end of amortization, 447. Am I right?
Yeah, I'm with you. I know what you're saying.
I see something's under here flipped out. Well, I mean, do y'all find, did we have one that was printed out?
We did.
I think the last one I had was.
It's just not on what you did. See, like from here down on our, from our scratchy notes is, we don't find it
So
anywhere.
it's all on one sheet of paper.
Uh-huh. And you've got all those numbers right, down to
I
that
know,
point.
but why don't I have my scratch paper? It could be laying inside at the house somewhere. So do those figures look right?
Up to that point, yes, they're right, yes.
Okay. I don't know where it is.
Well, those bottom two numbers on.
Okay,
Is
so,
it on your computer?
oh, yeah, I got it here.
Okay, so let's just go over the rest of them to make sure after 442, or excuse me, 422, everything was right up until that. And then,
I messed that up. Look what I did. I put that debt reserve in there and I didn't finish. I was doing that last night. Okay, what do y'all's have?
Okay, so
That's my, it don't look right.
here, let me just let you borrow my sheet.
Yeah,
Well, I gotta get up and go. Oh, excuse me, go to the restroom.
okay. All right.
Close enough for government work.
We are like on, you know.
I guess you could. Let's start with 423.
okay, it's debt reserve USDA required, that's what all of those are there, so.
Did we not put any figure
No,
in?
we didn't.
Okay.
And
So
then
how many, and then what's 424?
424 is streetlights and it's 0.
See, what I did is I added me some rows and I didn't make them. I made them all the same. Street lights,
Are you having to put the numbers in and everything?
no, I got the numbers in. Okay, what is 423?
Okay, let's go, then it's 425,
Oh, okay, I see what I did. Okay,
and it's 1,900, and that's insurance.
25 is just insurance.
Yes.
Okay, and there's how much in it?
1,900.
Okay, and the next one is at
426 is workers' comp. It's 2,500.
Okay,
And then the next one is 427, which is loose. Station service or not?
No, it's just maintenance.
lift station service. Okay, and it's how much?
5,000.
Okay, and then 428 is
Is what? Sewer plant repairs.
Okay, how much?
1,500.
Now I have the contract services and the lab fees. Is there anything else?
That's where I put SCADA's.
Now, Cindy, under contract services, we
Is there more? And I missed them.
well, no, the amount, you have 1,200 and I show we wrote 5,000. Am I wrong on that?
Let me look at her.
Uh-huh.
I can't even find them.
And then there's also 430.
See? I'm sorry.
You're fine, we can do it real quick.
How many rows am I gonna need? 430 to 4?
To 447.
Oh, okay.
There should be a 443.
There is. I got that one.
Yeah.
I'll send to 37.
To 47.
47. Okay. Let me get all my numbers in here. Are they all, well, I got like one.
So after this one, I mean, we'll be through with Renee, am I right?
So,
Done the water, done the pump station, cup system, sanitation, sewer, parks, council. So really, I mean, do we need her for anything? I hate to just, till we know. Very good.
I think, yeah, I'm sorry, no.
Thank y'all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Renee.
Bye.
Good night, Renee.
Hmm. I guess we're ready for Rick.
We'll start calling out the,
Which ones are you on?
well, I'm at 4:30.
Training for 2,000.
Okay, 4:30. Training in schools.
Hey, Rick, I guess they about ready for you.
Hang on, Charles.
Hold on just a second, Rick.
No,
Ready for read.
Oh, no, almost.
Okay.
431 is
All right.
4,000, but what is it called?
It is Social Security, Medicare, SS and Medicare.
That I gave her. I don't think
And
she's
it's how
using it.
much?
6,000.
Thank you.
Okay, 432 is retirement, CON. How much? 8,500.
Okay, 433,
Health insurance,
okay,
14,000. 434 is water purchases. Zero.
35,
Capital outlay,
And I had written next to that. I have 15,000 and I have road grader question mark.
that's where I did too, because I thought
and
like
so what I put there,
15,000.
15,000.
we must remember to divide that up. Okay, so what's 436?
Miscellaneous.
How much?
1,500.
Okay, 437,
Bad debt expenses.
I mean, I could work on it if y'all want to go on. And I'll send y'all a new one. I've got this at home, I just didn't get it. I'm sure I got one. We went over it, I'm sure I did. If I don't, I'll call y'all. It's just laying at my house, is what it is. But how much do you have in there?
2,000.
Over
Get the rate or not. No,
I feel like it's my fault.
No,
Well,
you're, yeah, this is something.
we just haven't, well, I can get through tonight. We have an hour left. Or we have, it's only 8, I guess.
I just like to see bottom figures, so to look and see
That's what I want to see too.
what we have to work on. Because
Well, it don't look good.
what are you on, some?
Well, I'm making me some more.
Oh,
Phones are blowing up on. Okay. 438.
438 is capital improvements.
Okay.
0.
Okay. 439.
There's not a 439.
Oh, there's not a 439.
But there is a 4, yeah, it goes from 438 to 440.
Okay, what is that called?
It's interest expense.
Okay, how much?
0.
Okay. Is there 441?
Yes, notes payable. What is the 119,000? What is it?
That's gonna be her total of as paid.
Yes, it
Okay,
carried
so
over
we
on
can-
another
We
page.
can share this.
That can be.
Yeah, you can chunk that. Okay, what was notes payable?
8,500.
That says pickup.
I have manuals pick up.
So what numbers?
442,
Make sure, does it go all in order?
43, 44, 45, yes, 46, and 47.
Okay. That way I'll have none.
I guess we could look at the police department, or we call them in and make sure it matches what we
Yeah,
see.
I'll do that.
Somebody else wants to look at administration and see what Cindy put in and matches what we wrote down. That can help speed things up a little bit more.
You said it went down to 47?
Mhm.
Okay. All right, so what is 442?
It is transferred to general fund. And that's our long term.
Yeah. Had nothing in it?
No, it's 167, 500. 167.
That's gonna be that.
Yes, that's gonna be the plan, the sewer
Okay.
plan payment.
Okay, 443.
Is lab fee, you got that.
Okay.
This department matches.
That's 2,000.
3.
Oh.
What do y'all have on the wastewater plant? Oh,
I could have missed that too, because it was down there.
Which one?
on the sewer or the, I'm trying to think, what is she called? On the wastewater, lab fees.
3,000?
Okay. I'm sure I didn't go on further back. Okay, so what's 444?
Safety equipment sewer.
Okay, how much?
$750
Okay, 445.
is USDA annual debt service.
USDA annual debt service. Okay,
And it's 14,500.
Okay, 446.
Is state permit fees. $2,800. Yes.
Okay, so 447 is,
Is amortization expense.
okay.
And it's 0.
Okay. Wastewater. Sure. $378,100.
What was the grand total?
$378,100.
It only went up 4,600, about 40. 4,600.
I didn't use anything.
We can go ahead and put the fire department over too. So all we like is police and admin.
Not confused with something else. So I'm just looking through what Cindy gave. Was there? Okay, there it is. That's what it's for. Got it. And we have a. No, that's not anything. Sanitation. Okay, I'm good.
Was that right? We just like police station, you know?
Yeah.
Admin.
And they, I looked at them both and they both added up. Cindy's versus what we did.
So is there any reason?
Okay. I guess we're just asking if he has anything else to add or say or. Rick's outside, right? You want us to go get him?
Yeah. I'll call him.
The only thing, you know, I'm really concerned on that pay because I'm not Kendra. I mean, you know, we do need to take care of our police department. Concerns me that those two are. Because I hate to. They're already making 40,000.
I think they're ready for you.
I just don't understand when I think they're right where they need to be at this point. Other than I understand why Renee makes $20,000 more than the chief of police.
I'm glad I'm
About
not the one.
myself.
That's what I'm saying. If we knew that they were really getting this money,
They are.
I mean, and but it's still less than what they're budgeting. So why, come on, it's,
But we were short for so long. Went into the police department.
Plus, they've also cut back so much on overtime because of COVID. I mean,
And now that they're fully staffed.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I don't think this is even computing overtime.
because the overtime was 25 something, so I didn't even consider that. Hello?
Hey guys,
Hi, Chief.
How are you?
doing well.
Good.
I take it this is my seat?
Yes.
Yeah. It's not my seat.
Pretty hot over there.
I'm sorry.
Is it hot over there?
Actually, no, there's a, that's who's coming from this direction.
right, Harold?
There it is. Well, just an update for you guys. I was on the phone with the body cam company this morning. I talked to him Friday. I guess he took the day off. He called me back finally. Today we had 2 meetings on the phone. And after working with them and cutting corners and stuff, the $8,500 package, I got it whittled down to $6,100 and change. So,
Awesome.
and it's ordered. We got to get the invoice over to us to get signed, get it shipped out to us. So, a little extra discount on that. Some of the things that we did need for the bigger type of city stuff is like, we don't need that. Can you cut that out? So we'll do a little bit. We got that deal. So
Good job.
And you're doing that in this year's budget.
that's what I was.
Yes,
we were
yes.
spoken to that, yes, ma'am. And I'm checking on a pickup. I found a truck. And I looked for it over the weekends. I found a black long bed pickup. It's a Chevrolet 4x4. It's got an eco diesel motor in it, a small diesel motor. Seems to be more economic. And I found a slide-in kennel. The truck itself is brand spanking new. I don't know. I was going to discuss it with you guys. It's $30,000, and the slide-in 2 big dog kennel along with the little doggy doors on the side for like 4 small dogs. It's stainless steel. It's commercially built, and it's I think it's $4,700, and it's in Woodson, Texas. There's a company out there.
Is black the only color? I mean, all the
Well, the animal control truck is black, but all the rest of the police cars are black. So.
Okay.
I didn't know.
That just popped in my head, but that was what you were thinking.
Yeah, I was going to tell you guys what I found. I found a slide-in unit for the dog catcher, and I found the pickup.
Sold out.
And it's a new,
It's brand new.
so the new Chevrolets, do they have the drop down where she would be able to get the animal in there? Or
That's
is
the
that
other-
the GM?
It's gonna be on a chassis, right?
What I want to do is put that, what do they call that lift, that Tommy lift,
Yeah.
on the back of the pickup, so it drops down and drops a metal deal so she can scoop the dog on there.
Do you have a picture of the kennels?
I do. I don't have them on me, but I can email them to you guys in the picture.
Cause I was thinking like it was just gonna be a pickup with the chassis and the bed would sit on that.
That cost a considerable $7,000 to $8,000, almost $10,000.
Oh, okay.
This one, they just slide in the pickup.
Slide in and the
It's got
bed holds it in there.
2 large dog compartments, and then it's got 2 small doors on each side for small dogs.
Will the tailgate shut even?
We put a Tommy lift on it. Like I said, it'll make it easy for whoever's dog catcher on
You
the
don't
doors
know.
to slide it on there and then pick it up, and we won't have to come up and pick up. I'll go to them. Just make sure it's not easy. And I haven't contacted the guys for the carports yet, but I'll by the end of the week I should be in contact with them and have some bearing on it. Just an update, guys.
Good.
We budgeted the dog catcher vehicle last year.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's 30,000, let's see.
We all remember what we did budget last year.
38,000. Is that right? 30,000 for the pickup and about 8 for the slide-in?
The slide-ins actually comes in around $4,700.
So 40,000. So 35,000. Let's say we do a 5-year loan, just kind of see what we go ahead and budget or have. We'll take that into consideration.
I don't think so. I think we just, capital outlay, I have body cameras, which I guess you're already working on that, right? And on debt retirement, I have 2 Tahoes.
35,000, I'm trying to think, divided by 60 payments.
Oh,
Can you do that, Sandy?
I heard my cues. 60 payments, 35,000 divided by 60 payments,
I'm not gonna be.
like 583, but I would say 650.
So 60 times 12.
7,800.
So do you wanna go ahead and put that
I just go ahead and round it up to about
in?
8,000.
8,000.
Then we wanna put that in 435, right? That's where we had the dog catcher, the 3,000, that's what I had last year.
Okay, we put 5,000, so we wanna change it to 8. There. Wait, let me just.
Yeah, looking like we
Okay,
had 3 in there,
okay,
So we can mark off body
Yes,
cameras, and we can put
just to add
dog
Yeah.
catcher.
dog.
and that is, we'll just round it up to 8,000.
Because you will probably have to put some symbols and put all the stuff on the side of the doors and all that.
I was hoping to also put some lights on it, some emergency yellow flashing lights, in case she parks the vehicle in the middle of the road or somewhere that's kind of blocking something. I was hoping to do that, if you guys were okay with that.
I would think that
we
would
need to
be-
round that up to maybe 9,000 instead of 8.
Well, that'll be a one-time expense.
Yeah, I guess you're right, yeah. Well,
It
that
should
would just
catch
be
it.
for the 1 year,
Yeah, it should catch it. I would think.
yeah.
So the bottom figure on this would be 523,400.
That's correct. And that's the only thing that changed so far.
And the only other question I have, and we were just talking about it, we kind of looked at what Dan gave us, what the payroll and everything was.
Yes, ma'am.
I just, as I guess myself, I just want to make sure that the ones that you have, that Mendoza, he's making more than,
Oh,
I'm sorry, let me
Okay.
speak out of turn.
okay. Did you get these?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I was taking it
Yes,
off
okay.
of.
Right, I got Mendoza, it's 43,646.
Yes.
Resendez is, I guess, after that, and then, of course, Trevino and Briones are 48.29. Me at 52.5, Bueno at 29.120, and the new addition, Aranda, is at 19,506 and change. So that.
Now what? Go back on those.
Mendoza's at 43,646 and 72 cents.
I just had 600, okay.
Right. And then, of course, Resendez is just below that, is it? Let me see.
No, he's more, 45,760. Is what I have. What
And
y'all
that's
have?
what bothers me, Cindy, when you look at the piece of paper you have in front of you, it shows he makes $18.26 an hour.
They all do.
All three of those.
Mhm.
So that's $40,829.
Mhm.
I don't know where we
Now,
got.
my thing with Mendoza says 1952.
I've
Yeah,
got,
his does.
His, everybody else's.
the new,
Oh, okay.
the new configured numbers show Resendez at 48.29, Trevino at 48.29, Briones at 48.29.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They all three of those things. What we were looking at earlier, me and Dan were talking about, there may have been some overtime in those numbers because they were working extreme overtime. When I showed up and I looked at the previous month and the month before, and then of course getting, the schedule changed and moving everything to where it is right now, there was a significant amount of overtime, and I noticed that the overtime was already, well, way over budget before I even showed up. So, but all in all, that was me and Dan discussed. I was like, are these? What's the bottom line what they make? And I think that's what we figured out.
So, but the $40,829 is Resendez, Trevino, and Briones.
Yes, ma'am. That's what
Okay, so
So what do we need to change that to? We need to leave Riggs at 52.5. Mendoza,
it's 43,646.7. And three of them at $40,829.
Is that Mendoza?
That's Resendez, Trevino, and Briones.
Okay.
The Bueno, the dog picture is 29.
And boy, and what, Briones?
Yes, it's 40,000.
Medora, 31,
29, 120.
19.5 on Vivian.
Yes.
19,506.24.
I guess my question was there, I guess the Trevino with having 10, I mean, you wanted him the same as these others.
It's my understanding that that's all the entry level base pay.
Okay.
That's where they're all at. That's that 4829 is base pay.
Okay.
I tried to make heads or tails of what Dan had sent us, and the
Really?
screenshots was I see there's pay increasements and adjustments by the city council and by the last administrator or the one prior
Yeah,
to Brent
and-
Rungstrom.
Yeah.
And then you would look over here and it would say overtime, hourly, salary, you know, on the same day. So I was a little like you, it was kind of like, okay. All right, I'm gonna go over what I just said. 52.5 for Rick, 43,646.72 for Mendoza, 48,29 for Resendez, 48,29 for Trevino, 48.29 for Briones, 29,120 for Ladora, 19.5 for Vivian. Correct?
Mhm.
267, 253. So if I go up there and put, how about if I just put 268?
Yes.
Okay. Now we're gonna go ready for the bottom. 519,400.
I don't have any other questions for the chief or anything. Do y'all?
I know.
I hate that we've kept, you know, and the only problem is we know we're over budget right now. And so we can't do anything on any kind of, you know, but we're hoping we can fit everything. So I just hate to waste any more of your time and ask you to sit here. So that we have all of this, and if no one else has any questions, we won't keep you. Because we've just kind of got crunch numbers and everything.
Right. You said you guys are over budget already for this year?
Well,
This
it
year?
appears
The
we
total
are for
budget.
the income.
Because not you, just, I mean,
It's not just one department,
Oh.
the whole, but,
we're spending more money than we're got coming in. So.
but we don't, you know, that's pretty typical. I mean, we got a trim
Right.
and see, but
Gotta cut the fat somewhere, right?
yeah, we do know it's necessity for, we need to pick up for the,
That we had decided last year, it was to be done.
It's just that with
All the
changes and
changes,
stuff
yeah,
so
remember,
much,
and then the-
nobody got it done. That's what it is.
you remember Nick said we were doing it all wrong. And we had to do all this and do the dog pound, do a kink in our whole plan, so.
Anybody else have any questions?
Do you have anything else you want for us?
Just, I guess, a couple of questions, I guess, as far as some of the things that we went over last time, and we put the numbers down. We're still working on that. That's still a work in progress.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, what we told you could do for this year, is that what you're asking?
The last meeting we had,
Oh.
the numbers that we went down the road, we kind of estimated some numbers and stuff.
Yes, yes, that's what we're working on right
Yeah.
now. And then that's why we wanted to have a correction on the salaries, you know.
Yeah, we had to know the correct salary.
Yeah, at the time, we did not have it.
Just to kind of give you a figure, last year it was 494,800, and this year we're at nearly 520,000. But most of it is, you know, when you look at the dog catcher, you know, the pickup and stuff, I mean, we can look at.
Is that with the, also the one-time purchase for the firearms for the officers and that's including that right now? Okay. And the vaccinations and.
Yes,
Okay, that's the basic.
Yes, that's why.
Yeah,
So
that
that's
got
not-
switched from administrators.
Well, all I can say is that as a whole, a good sign. Things look good. I'm happy camper. I'm happy to be here. The crew's doing really well. I gave them a big pat on the back the other day. I told them, guys, I'm trying to get us what we can get. I said, all they can do is say no, right? I mean, that's pretty much what I told them. I said, so keep your fingers crossed and say your prayers. And I think things are going good as far as lining up for the good fiscal year starting in October 1. And with one administrator, hopefully it'll be me, you know, over a year. I think I have gone over the files in the chief's office and I've shaken my head like this a whole lot. And I'm like, okay, so hopefully with just me being an administrator, instead of the last year you had 4 administrators in the kitty that have taxed the city very well. So anyway.
Did y'all have, and this has just popped up and I caught it. Did we have $50,000 down for health insurance for the police department?
Yes, we did. We spent 39,000 year to date, 40,000, and we.
Okay, when I seen that, I was like, I'm not sure. Compared to the other departments.
I just got one question.
Shoot.
And I was gonna ask the council if they want to be involved in it. On Wednesday, school starts here. By any chance, it'd be cool if you guys can go down there at the elementary, kind of greet these kids coming in.
I planned on it already.
Okay. And I didn't know if some of us want to do that too, you know, being the city kind of backing up the school, opening up this year at elementary, more elementary than, you know, high school, but that'd be cool if you make a
So like
to be there.
8 or a little before.
I'll probably be there every morning, probably for just a little bit, and to watch the traffic and to meet and greet everybody.
Okay.
Like I said, I haven't got much chance to get out and shake and move yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
I'll meet with you tomorrow, or, yeah, tomorrow, I'll meet with you. How we're planning it out.
Give me a call.
Okay.
All right,
Thanks, guys.
appreciate it.
All right, y'all have a good evening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. What do we want to look at, income?
I guess I forgot one last thing. There was a couple things actually I forgot. I'm thinking about a bowl of cereal right now, so I got kind of carried away. And I stopped mid-swing over there. I was like, there's a couple things I wanted to bring up to you guys. And on the side note, if it's okay with you.
Yes.
One of the things is, I just want to let you guys know, not that it should sway or anything or make any sway, but I do know this individual. I'm actually the one who recommended to Renee, this individual, because she said she was looking for a guy to replace her. And I happened to meet a guy not too long ago who's a veteran who seemed like a smart cookie. And I was like, you know what? This guy might be the guy for that. So I introduced him, just to let you know. Seems like an all right guy to me. Whether you guys hire him or you get somebody else, it doesn't matter to me. I just want to know that it was me that met the guy and basically forwarded him to Renee. Y'all are working on that.
The guy that she recommended?
His name is Joe.
From Seminole?
From Seminole.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he had a little girl that's just like 5 years old or 4 years old. She's running around stabbing me with a rubber knife while we were talking. He knows a police officer in Seminole that I know. That's how we got to know each other. He said he was looking for a job. So I was like, oh, well, so I'll put your name in the hat and see what happens.
Do you think he would love him?
I can sure talk to him about it. I don't really know. I heard he has a house in Seminole, but I don't know if he's renting or if he owns it. So, but, it would be nice if he did relocate to.
That's
to
kind of what we were telling her. We've had so many people that live here, you know, we had a bad emergency or something.
So whatever comes to that is fine. I just want to let you guys know that I met the guy, I thought he was a smart.
Well, she brags about him too.
He has got, having the conversation with him, and the way he speaks with his military background, and now apparently he's taking advantage of the chat bill, he's educated now. So when you speak to him, it doesn't take long to figure out the way he conducts himself, the way he talks, he's got leadership skills, he's got some skills. I don't know if he's gonna fit in or not, I have no idea. He just
And
seems,
she
he
was
seems like
saying
somebody
he
that looks like
had
he deserves a chance.
a lot of certifications.
I've met him. I've actually met him twice in the Dixie Dog.
Okay.
And I mean, he was just a customer. But he's the one I told you that I'd met him, but I was almost swept off my feet with my first impression of him.
Right, yeah, you talk to
He's
him.
very knowledgeable.
Did he tell
All
you
his
that-
certification, what's impressive is his certifications are in things like water pump stuff and water this and pump that. And it's all oil field related, but it can relate that to this.
A lot of times it's exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So he's just, and his little girl is simply adorable.
Yeah, and he was a firefighter in the military, United States Air Force, so he knows about pressures and hoses, and I'm like,
Oh,
and you're educated, you're really messing up, dude. So I was giving him a hard time about it. So. On another note, I was going to mention one more thing. We did have, earlier when I first came in under quarantine and stuff, I was working with some of the state websites. I wanted to let you guys know that something occurred to our state websites that was, when we have an accident or a crash in our city, we have to file a crash report and we report it to the state. We also have to stand by and wait for the insurance companies to call us if they want copies and we give them out. We're required to send it into the state and state reporting and stuff. Well, a few months ago, and I was waiting to see the totality of this to see how it was going to turn out. The state website for officers to get on and input the crash report, it went down. It was actually hacked into and it went absolutely berserk. I mean, they locked up, they took information, whoever hacked into it did a serious
They
number
knew
on
what
the state.
they were doing.
They did, because they tore it apart. So the state did what they could, the tech dot, their department got whoever the text that they did to try to bring a new improved version online, and it failed after that. And then shortly after that, there was like a 2.0 of that. Worked better. Some computer glitches were happening with others. Police departments were having issues. We're okay. We're up and running and working with them. But there's still reported glitches and stuff like that. The system's having problems. We had some problems, I guess, with the 2.0, but then we worked it out. I guess we rebooted the computer, and then we're good. We're working fine, operational. It just occurred to me, and we're looking at computer security maybe in the future. Maybe not this year, but maybe the following year. Maybe we should get something for the city, or maybe even just some security, cyber security for our department, because we have OpSync, and if that gets hacked into, or if any of our other police reports are going to get hacked in, that's going to be a whole real ball. So I'm just kind of giving you a heads up. I'm bugging you here for maybe next summer when we do this whole overview.
I bet whoever hacked into it had something in there they wanted to fail.
Disappear, right? Make a mess and take what they wanted out there. Yeah, that's something that we were discussing about. Somebody obviously wanted to bring down.
Well, I learned something today, you know, the guy that just set up the new internet for me, that Uber I was talking about. He said, ma'am, because it was taking my system a long time. I said, I got to upgrade. He said, well, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, he said, you have too much internet security. It's slowing you down. And he said, you don't need none of that but Microsoft. He said, Microsoft is constantly updated. But he said, when you put Norton or anything else on your computer, it does away with Microsoft.
Yeah, I personally don't have it. I've got the malware whites that's free, and I scan my computer for that.
Yeah,
For my own
but
personal.
he said, don't pay for none of that. You already got Microsoft. He said, it's ridiculous. So I did not know that. I mean, you know, it's just like how they sell us anything, you know. Computers.
Just a bugging you guys here, just let you know something that happened during our last few months that we've watched happen.
We've talked about it. Dan's talked about it a lot. When you gonna bring some money in?
No, they called it the Checo that.
Oh, they did call him.
I got the number to
Okay.
him today, so I've got Calvin, I don't know who.
He's good.
But he's, I do have his number. There is some things that you need. I told him different departments would be contacting you. Maybe Dan will give, you might ask Dan on your way out if he got a hold of him and let him know that you want to visit with him too.
Right, they got companies that work with cities, they're, like covering cities and protecting them, or they owe some money, they don't protect us.
Well, he works for the school system.
Ox.
Ox.
So I don't know if he's working. I don't know.
Right.
Anyway,
Okay,
he does have his name and number, but if you need it, call me tomorrow and I can give it to you.
okay, I'll do that, guys. All right.
All right.
Well, I'll take my leave, guys.
Thanks.
Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Enjoy your cereal.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sometimes I.
What was that Microsoft 360 that we paid all that money?
That's what that guy was telling me.
Brittany
That's all
Western.
he needs.
Okay. Take care.
Yes. But I'm wondering, and maybe I should have asked this, is he saying law enforcement wide, Texas wide? Because he said Texas Department.
That's what's crashed is where he, yeah.
But if they crash and we've got protection here, how is that not covered in what, am I not understanding this?
Yeah, if their
umbrella?
system crashes,
Well,
they can't get on there.
Well, he was just saying,
Possibly.
COPSEC.
needing a- Yes,
which,
which isn't covered under TxDOT.
right,
Gotcha, okay.
I think that,
I just
no,
needed
I-
a little bit more of a drawing.
right.
My color ran out.
Well, I was thinking the same thing, I kept thinking, are we not protected here? I mean, I guess I was, but, okay, y'all, I think, so we got the new 519-400 in here.
Yep.
And then, I mean, honestly, really don't.
The administration matches up. I'm gonna throw this out there, just, I know and we don't have to, I know we're gonna be over budget, so this may not even be anything we can address, but I think Lador is not making enough money. I think 29,120 is not enough. That's just $1,000, I mean, I don't know, it's just, I don't like that salary, but.
I don't like that in comparison to part-time secretary.
Yeah, working 3 days.
Just for what it's worth.
I say that again,
I just don't think, I think Ladora needs to be making more than she's making, but
I do too. That was one of the things, and
with that being said, we need to see where we're at.
And I'll go ahead and say, we're paying Tammy $15 an hour, and we're paying part-time $15.63.
Can I ask something? Because I know that I missed all of that last week and stuff. Where did he get that number? To
That's
pay
what
her
Barbie
that
was
money,
making.
which was done by Brent. Is that correct? Okay. Okay. See, that's where I think that advertising would cover us a bunch, to where we're not in that same situation here as what we were with Dan and, not Dan,
Calvin.
Calvin.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Where if we had an idea of who we're looking for and what, because that's, if you just look right there, the 14 or 15, whichever one it is, versus the doors versus part-time secretary, I'm not even gonna lie. If I was Ryan, I'd have been like, peace out.
That's what I'm
But she,
questioning. I'm sorry, I questioned but
The what?
the payroll, I still don't. When you look at what was given to us, and it shows the hour, then I don't see that. So that's what bothers me is that, anyway, I agree. I think, and I do think Tammy, I think she should be making as much as her
Mhm.
$15.63.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So what do we need to put in if we do that?
Well,
Well,
Oh, we just keep that in the paper.
yes.
yeah, because if you look at,
Can we like just go ahead and go over the administration part and then go back into the budget where it's just us? Budget talks, no?
I don't think we can unless we're gonna name, what we're gonna, you know,
I think, and there's really nothing to talk about administration wise, and unless you had anything to add, Dan, do you, to your budget?
No, the thing I'd like you to consider, talking about like streetlights, that's something for the whole city. And I don't know that streetlights belongs in Renee's budget. That seems to me that ought to be an administration thing. But I don't know how it wound up in water sewer budget in the first place, that kind of stuff. And the other thing, I don't have anything on administration to answer your question. No, I don't. But I do have thoughts about the budget in general. And tonight it's late and maybe we won't go through it, but I thought I might work up a few observations that I've come to and share them with you with an email tomorrow, perhaps.
on everybody's budget or just on yours?
No, on mine, I don't have anything to talk about administration budget. I mean, the only reason I mentioned streetlights is because it occurred to me that streetlights is a city expense. The whole city should pay for it. That should be in the administration budget, it seems to me. But there may be a good reason that it's in water sewer. I really just don't know. But as far as the administration budget, no, I don't have anything else to add.
Okay, so Cindy, can you give us what I mean, we haven't gone over revenue.
Let's see, I've got to go, can y'all call the figures back out to me and then I won't have to jump back and forth. Administration,
It is 91,670.
yeah, I want the total.
Okay,
I thought that's what you were wanting.
okay, 267,970,
Okay,
and then
police,
519,400.
okay. Water, and then I got wastewater.
Somebody finds it before me. Okay, wastewater. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
378,100.
Dang, that was a lot. Oh, because I didn't have all that thing in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 378?
$378,100.
Okay. Water? That's 600.
$634,979, and that's on water.
630,
634, 979.
okay.
Are y'all checking me?
No,
I will, when I get home, tomorrow I'll work on it and make sure I can look at it. Fire department was 5,000.
5,000.
Sanitation, I have 291.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes we don't include that in there. But if we include it, we've got to include the expenses.
No, we do, what we do on the budget, we're going to enter with what we're doing, we're gonna enter the revenues, not including, no, there's sanitation,
See, that's what I was saying, what we gonna do?
but we don't do water.
Well,
Not
don't
looking at
have
revenues
water,
right here.
that could be it. We don't have one, we got sales tax, current taxes.
Water's on a separate page.
Water income,
Yes. And y'all, we've all agreed we're not gonna, the rate's gonna stay the same. Our property tax value has gone up a little bit more, we're gonna keep our same.
well, according to that letter,
Yeah, we wanna do the no revenue, no new revenue tax rate.
yeah. Is that the same as last year?
Well, no,
Yes. Let me tell y'all something that Tanya told me.
I mean, this is the two things. Okay, so Cindy, in your revenues, what are you showing as are you showing 676,851 on property taxes? Where it used to be 660,000.
Okay. From last year, it showed 542,
Yeah.
256. But I'm showing current is 674, 725. That's just weird. How do you miss that much?
We were, we didn't we do 90% of taxes? 'Cause we
Yeah.
did
Ah.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of wondered what you were using here.
Okay, I just went by current.
Whereas this is what we're using.
That was last year.
This was last year, so we want to use the same one. I was thinking it was, if we did that, our new revenue would stay the same. Dan?
Yes.
Okay, I'm looking at stuff that you had sent us, worksheets and everything on our revenue.
Uh-huh.
The property value we got from the appraisal, the certified value is 76,327,148.
Yeah, values have gone up this year.
Right.
Taxes go down to get you the same amount of dollars as you got last year. So that's where we are. Last year at $74 million valuation, we got $732,000 in revenue. Since the valuations went up by several million dollars, you have to adjust your taxes downward in order to generate the same number of dollars as last year. That's the no new revenue tax rate.
Oh, I see. So in order to keep the same tax rate that we had last year, we can't do that?
No, if you were to do that, you would exceed the rollback rate, basically, the terminology. I don't know why they had to change the terms too, but yeah, if you kept the tax rate the same as it is on 76 million, then you would be exceeding what we're allowed to charge in property tax. You can charge no more than 3.5% more than the no new revenue tax rate. And by calculating that, 3.5% added to the no new revenue tax rate, it would only generate about $22,000 extra dollars for the city. The state has effectively taken away your ability to raise money.
Okay, so we need to still plug in the $732,778 as income.
Yeah, that is what you can rely on. Let me put it to you this way. This is because the budget is very confusing, but I can tell you this, and this is from working with the financial advisors here recently. Every year since I've been here and we've been setting the tax rate, we wind up with about $200,000 extra that we don't spend in a year. Now, when you make your budget, it looks like you're going to spend every penny, but we still wind up with about $200,000. And the reason for that is, this is from the financial advisor, that we have been figuring in a tax for property tax to service our debt. At the same time, we've been paying our debt strictly out of the rate increase. So in effect, the money that we've been taxing for, we've just been putting aside. That's a problem. So we need new debt and we need to start spending that money. The long and short of it is, really, you're in a really good position for all of the projects that you've got to deal with right now. We're going to be with the sewer project. That's again going to be mostly self-funded from the rate increase. But the next time that we go out, and that's this really big between the loan and the grant and everything, we're really going to have to rely on that tax revenue to make those payments. That's if we get, and I'll send you the financial analysis they've done, and it shows 3 scenarios. One, if we have to borrow the full $6.4 million and pay that. One, that if we get the 3.3 million and only have to borrow 2.7, and one that just shows what would happen if we have the CUF system and the wastewater system, and that's all. So all of those are very informative, but getting this new debt, especially if it's like that 2.7, that's going to solve a lot of problems for the city in a lot of different ways, including accounting for that extra revenue, that tax revenue that we really need to be putting towards debt. And I'll try and make that clearer. I've got a kind of a grasp of it, but it's kind of complicated stuff, but they've given us some pretty easy figures. And there's also some other information that I've gotten from other sources that track Seagraves and our history of tax revenue and all that kind of stuff. And it really paints a pretty clear picture of what kind of financial shape we're in, which is basically a pretty good financial shape right now. So I guess what I'm saying is if you can hold your budget to the same bottom line as you had last year, you're going to be doing really well. If you have to exceed that bottom line, you're going to have some latitude in taxes. I'm going to say maybe an extra $100,000 you could put into the budget, and it's not going to break us.
It's just showing it on paper. You can't, you know, the bottom line is we can't just create that number in thin air.
Absolutely, I understand that, and I know how difficult it is. That's why I'm just trying to let you know, with the state having hampered your ability to respond to financial problems, it's really going to be more difficult than ever. And it just seems to me that what the state is going for here is they're trying to put cities out of business of ruling themselves. The state basically is maneuvering to just take power away from cities.
Okay, see, in your stuff, I guess my question is, when you put the revenue in,
I went by why the thing he sent us today, and it is current. We've collected $1,420,830. Last year, we had on our budget $1,219,256. When you total up all of those expenses, which we've included, but you know what? That's what I was just saying. We didn't include the water budget up there. We didn't include the water, but we put their expenses down there.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't put the money. That's what I was just noticing. So when you go to the water revenue,
Creating this sewer department, you kind of writing the same expenses 2 times. Basically, we should think about like whatever salaries go into the sewer department should be deducted from what we currently have in the water sewer department. So you're maintaining the same amount of salaries as you had for full-blown water sewer together. When you strip out sewer from water, the salary portion of that should go too. So in other words, the water sewer salary budget should go down by whatever the sewer salary is. You should subtract the $69,000 from water sewer. That'll save you quite a bit of money in making your budget balance. That kind of thing. And they're category after category. Some of them are going to be funded by the rate increase, but not all. There's only certain things that mostly what's going to be funded by the rate increase is the loan payment. But as far as day-to-day operating, that's still going to have to be borne. Water and sewer both make a profit. They both bring in money that supports that department in total. And we'll get a lot better informed and have a lot more experience after a year or two of having them separated out. But right now, to make your budget balance, you may just want to think about something simple like that, like whatever we're spending on water, sewer, that's the same, right down the line, it's the same budget request as last year. And now you have new budget requests for sewer. We'll subtract those from water sewer. Move it over to sewer, but subtract it from water sewer.
Yeah. Yeah, I think,
Sense?
yeah.
yeah, that's what she did. Okay, I've got this little report that we got first when we started all this, of the water and sewer fund is what it's called. And the year to date is, well, when you take out that goofy payment that we on there. And we've included the expenses there, but we didn't include no income. And that's about $745,984. We've got that transfers in, and I just totally backed that out. And where they did the 70,000 to debt service, I just added the water revenue, the penalties, the sewer revenue, water and sewer tap charges, service charge interest, and the miscellaneous income.
That's when we went down to just.
Yeah, I just went down to
And that's where you got the 745.
745.
Okay.
So, but see over here, in what we've been using on the computer, we haven't included that income. That's why that was so confusing when I said, wait, I don't have that water over here. Well, see, our water expenses is showing $634,979. Well, this right here is showing $745,984 income, but we didn't include it up here at the top. We just been kind of saying, well, that's a wash. But now because she split it out, we've made these 2 separate budgets. So we've got to go back up there and add that 745,000 for the income of the the water and sewer revenue,
Mm-hmm.
because we've got both of the expenses out here.
Right.
And we've got it broke down into three. We've got water, wastewater, and sanitation.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got to go back up here and add that, I'll just, let me get a little, and I'm gonna call it, water and sewer revenue.
Do you need it to be water revenue and then sewer?
Well, I guess I could break it down.
I mean, I was just thinking.
Because we got water and water penalties, sewer. I mean, but then I got a little interest income. Let's just put it all together. Because we got it separated expense-wise out.
Okay.
We don't need our income, do y'all think? I mean, y'all.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay, when I go up there and put that in, it makes it look a whole lot better. Let's see how much better. 45. Okay. That increased the revenue. I put it in the last year's. Okay. Nearly our year-to-date income then is 2,166,814, which is, 2,503,529 expenses.
2 million what?
2,503, 2,503,529 minus 2,166,814. 336,000 over, but that's just for 10 months.
Right.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
So if you took that and just, I mean, the taxes are gonna pretty much be the same, but I mean, the property tax, but all the, like the sales tax and the franchise and all that's gonna increase. Like say the
Right.
sales tax, 162,000, and he said we had, let's see, I found that. Okay. No, I added it into there. We've got 135,684. Divided by 10 times 12. So I did count that. But, like our franchise taxes, we haven't really been counting that very much. But we put in the budget last year 65,000, and we're already at 112,000 in income this year already. So let's see, 112, 470 divided by 10 times 12. Yeah, and I put that figure in here, 134,000.
And that's the sales.
Our fines is what is way down.
Yeah.
We were showing $100,000 in police fines, and we're at 32,639,
Mm-hmm.
which we don't know what that is. Pretty much everything else is, other than the franchise, is pretty far off, and the sales tax is already $42,000 off, which we still got 2 months. Well, no, I counted the 2 months, so. Our revenue is more by about 40-something thousand. But I mean, when I first looked at this, it was like a lot different. But it just occurred by me sitting here looking, we didn't have that income of the water sewer revenue, but we had Now, if we go down here and we take out all of that, water, sewer and all that, but then take out the income, it might be a lot closer.
That's what we need to look at.
That's what we, yes.
Okay, let me move that over. I can just move it over and take it out of the calculation. Delete that. And then but that ain't the same amount of figure, like water, we got, our budget is 634,979. And then we've got wastewater at 378,100. And then we got sanitation at 291. So those figures. I think I got that wrong. Let's see, Parks and Recreation. Is it like 296,000? No, that was that right.
No, 172,500.
That's right. Yeah, I knew that. So, park, that's gonna make a big difference, 172,500.
Go over those again real quick while you're looking.
Okay, administrative, I have 267,970. I'm sorry, we just did this one. I guess I'll put it on.
267,970, yes.
Okay, and then police, 519,400.
Yes.
Water, 634,979, which that's one of the figures I'm gonna take out. And, wastewater, 378.
What did you say? It was 634,970? Okay.
And then the wastewater is 378,100. Which that's gonna be. One I'm gonna take out. Parks and sanitation, 291,290. Parks and recreation, municipal, okay. Oh, when you take out 634,979, 378,100, and 291. That's 1,304,079. So.
But you shouldn't have taken the sanitation out because it's this, that revenue is listed up there.
Oh, you're right. Okay. So I just need to take out 634,979, 378,100, right?
Correct.
I lost you.
Yeah.
And then when you count the 745, 984, and that 349, see, that's like 1,094,000. In our expenses. $1,013 is the water and the wastewater. Oh, and the parks. That's what else I wanted to do. Right? No, we don't have it on there.
Mm-mm.
A little bit, but not just the school. Okay. So sanitation and expenses, okay. Okay. And then we took out the water sewer revenue, we took out their expenses. We left the sanitation revenue, and left the sanitation expenses, which increases our revenue quite a bit. Our expenses for administrative, police, fire, of course, the sanitation, the parks and recreation, and the municipal court is $1,366,670. And our income currently, with nearly 2 months to go, is $1,420,830. So we're a surplus of $54,060. Are we thinking like that, right?
I think so.
I mean, even if we went ahead and took the sanitation, the sanitation expenses are $291. Is what the budget. But the revenue is $349,000 for 10 months. So that is a lot of our extra money leaving the sanitation in it. But then the 745, but then minus the 634,979 and the 378,100. See, it kind of shows that as a negative, but we know it ends up supporting itself because it proves it in the income. Because we've got our budget for the whole year and only 10 months of
Income.
income. That making sense?
Yes.
Now, on that tax stuff, can you tell me what figure we're supposed to be using? I mean, I got last year's rate, I got this year, I didn't change none of these. This is from last year. Last year's rate, this year's effective rate, this year's rollback and proposed rate. But it doesn't matter because we know what we're gonna,
We know what the income's gonna be.
Yes, we know the amount.
do we know the tax, actual tax?
Valuation?
No, the actual tax charge.
Well, Dan, that's what I was handed to Kendra to look at because I didn't understand it now.
Yeah, it's the no new revenue tax rate as published in the newspaper today is about 96 cents. Last year, the tax rate you set was about 98 cents. So
It was 0.8.
I have proposed rate, and this is from last year, I haven't changed it. It was 0.863. What is that?
I show it was 0.985308. The 2019 certified value, the city passed a tax rate of 0.985308.
985.
308 per 100.
And so we have,
And
Now
now
we have to
Dan
do-
is telling us we have to use .960049. Which, is that right, Dan? The no new revenue tax rate, because our value went up, we
Yeah,
have to use lesser tax rate.
yeah, the no new revenue tax rate is about 96 cents. I'll find you the exact figure.
It's 960049.
So that's 700,
It should be the same as last year, 732, 778.
that's what I know.
Okay.
But we're currently.
It is 0.9602.
96.02.
Point. It's 0.9602.
Okay. Okay. So that 76,327,148 times 0.9602 is 732,893.27. So that is gonna generate more.
It's from 732 to 778, so just 200.
But that's okay. I thought we couldn't make more.
That's what.
That figure's okay?
That figure is,
Yeah.
that's what last year they called the effective tax rate. This year it's called the no new revenue tax rate. And the no new revenue tax rate will get you the same amount of dollars as you got last year.
It'll give us $1,804 more.
Yeah, negligible, but
Okay.
That's small enough amount that they won't get us. I mean, I thought it couldn't be any more. Why? Schools, I heard today from my sister, my brother-in-law is on the school board. FYI, school taxes going up.
I heard that.
She said, be ready. So, man, I hate to, increasing sewer and,
I agree. So
I say we'll make it work.
is there anything else we can do? I'd like to get that printed out like tomorrow.
Oh,
You can
yeah,
Send it to us tomorrow.
Tomorrow is not gonna be like today.
You better
I
knock on
plan
wood.
on tomorrow not being like today, and me being in a pickup at 7:30 in the morning with $26.
But we're pretty close, right? I feel like we're,
Well, yeah, I mean, really, we're showing an income of 54,000. Not income, because even with all
The pay raises and stuff.
well, now, did we go back in
no, we didn't add any pay raises.
on that PD? I know we didn't have the doors.
No, we didn't, we haven't had any pay raises.
No, but I mean, that was the only ones we.
Why did I put all this junk on top?
Y'all should see me at home. I'm just relaxed. I've got
Oh, you're right.
bar stuff.
You're right.
Yeah.
Not on all of
Coffee
them.
table stuff.
Calvin's, because it looked like it's $11,000. We don't want her to get that.
Right.
No, we're just gonna do that. That's.
But when you look at what your, I guess that's why I want it printed out for us.
Okay. Let me print it, send it to y'all. Do y'all want lines drawn under it?
It doesn't matter.
It's just hard to, I can't
My
hear
eye.
unless I
thing.
see it.
Oh,
I'm a visual, so.
me too. Me too, I'm a visual. But I think we've done,
Dan, what are our deadlines? I know you've given it to us, I just don't have it in front of me. We have to,
Basically, you need to have your budget on file with me by the end of this month. That's the next deadline.
Okay.
So you have the rest of the month before I have to have it. Then we have to publish it and have a hearing, and then you can set the tax rate.
So we need to have another meeting, I guess, probably another week.
Yes, I think so.
yes, is Monday okay with y'all? Or
what day is that?
Don't matter.
the 24th?
Probably so. So did you get all your stuff done today? You don't release this tomorrow?
Okay, so, I mean, do we want to leave this meeting open again and,
Let's do that. Let's don't adjourn.
I think I'd rather do that. Let's leave
Yeah,
it.
that way you can react more quickly. You
Yeah,
don't have to put it out 72 hours and all that.
yeah, let's just do that.
So what day? Did y'all do it on Monday or Tuesday?
is everybody going to be here on the 24th? It's a week from today.
I don't know.
I will.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
So we'll just resume next
6
Monday at
o'clock.
6 o'clock and do it just like this, us 5 in the boardroom and y'all Zoom.
Okay?
Yeah, we will have to have no executive session or anything. We just.
Okay, so we'll see y'all Monday. We don't have to adjourn, so.
Okay.
So we are recessed at 9:31 p.m.
We've got to send something on TV.
Good night.
Good night.